There are over 200 young Vietnamese women working at the Daewoosa Samoa clothing factory. For some reason, the local authorities are doing very little about correcting the unjust conditions they are experiencing. This video has been made to give you information and to solicit your involvement. The first person interviewed is Miss Zung. She only worked for 2 months over a year ago. She does not want to go back to Vietnam because she owes too much money to her friends and family. At the present time, she is staying with Adeline Pritchard Jones, the foremost Samoan artist in tapa design, who is trying to sponsor her so she can work in American Samoa. She has learned English since leaving Daewoosa, Samoa. The second person interviewed is Miss Nga. She would be working, except the company has been out of material over a month. In spite of being out of material, 40 new Vietnamese women have arrived during that time. It is now June the 1st, the year 2000. Although immigration deposits should be paid by employers, new employees have to pay $1,500 to company officials when they arrive. It costs each worker from $4,000 to $8,000 for the privilege of leaving Vietnam to work in American Samoa under such poor conditions. The food needs supplementing from whatever salaries are paid, and many workers sleep 2 in a bed. The company coerces workers into signing English attachments to the original contracts signed in Vietnam. These people need our help. At Daewoosa, working under very poor conditions, and I would like to bring this to your attention. With us today we have Miss Zung, and Miss Zung was in the second group of workers that came here last year. The first group of 28 were not paid for 1 month when the second group came in. And there was unrest right from the beginning because of the employer's inability to pay. Now, we're going to ask a few questions of Ms. Zung and try and decide whether there's anything we or anybody else can do about the present situation. Ms. Zung,
yes.
Why did you decide to come to American Samoa?
Well, the reason I came here just to looking for the job, to earn the money, and this is the reason I came.
Why did you think there would be money in American Samoa?
Oh, well, we heard about the contract, and that means have the company here, they need the worker, the sewing worker, and they promise with a, it's a good contract. We can earn maybe 700 up to the 1,000 a month, and it's the good money, and we think that it's a good contract, and that's why we joined this.
Ms. Zung, did you have to pay any money to be chosen to work in American Samoa?
Of course, I have to pay money for the company bring us to come here to work, and some money for someone else.
How much did you have to pay?
Well, I pay for the company is $2,900 for the company. It's named IMS company, and some money for someone else who tell me that the company, need the worker and some people like that. Well, so
Did you get receipts for this money?
no.
Do you know if any of it went to your airfare?
We have to pay for airfare.
You had to pay this in additional to the money that you paid to IMS?
Yes, for airfare to came to Samoa.
How many workers are there at Daiwusa now?
I think it's 250, I think.
250?
Yes.
250. Are they all Vietnamese?
Yes. Some of them, they are Korean and Chinese, so just a few.
I see.
Most of people work at the Daiwusa is the Vietnamese people.
Are the people from other countries living under the same contract and under the same conditions?
No, we live different area.
Different areas.
Some of them, they live in the North Vietnam, some place like the Hanoi, Hải Phòng, or some place near the city, and some of them they live in the middle of my city, between the North and South Vietnam.
You say some are from South Vietnam?
No, they're in the middle.
In the middle.
Yes.
I understand that the police were called to the Daiwusa plant last year. Have you any idea what happened or why they were called?
Well, we turn to last year when everything happened from beginning. When two groups from the IMS company brought here, and I am in group 2. I get here at 8 May last year. So when we get here, the group 1, they work here is 1 month already, so they have no pay for this month. So we have a lot meeting with the company and the IMS company, the Vietnamese company, and company here, that means the Daiwusa company. So we have people, no one understand what's going on in the contract, because the IMS said that the contract we signed before we came here, and that's why we came. So the company here, that means the Daiwusa company, they don't want this contract because they said that this contract they don't like it, and something like that happened, and we have no pay. And after that, it's a month ready, and we asked the Mr. Lee, who owned the company, about the money he have to pay for us. So no answer. He just said that something like that and something like this, and we have no pay and we have no money for everything, because when we get here, everything we have buy for themselves, like everything in the room empty, and even the paper toilets we have to pay for it, and we have no money. That's why it's very difficult for us at this time. So after that, we Mr. Lee said that one day, one day when after we from the shop, after we finished working, and we came to the kitchen to have a lunch. So the lunch is terrible, just rice and some vegetable and nothing else. And we said that we can't eat it because we work very hard and this meat is not quality for us. So a lot of people they're crying and some of them they cannot eat it. So Mr. Lee came and he saw it and he said that if you don't eat it tomorrow and you have no food anymore and we have no food after that. So I remember that this date is 27th of month last year. So we have no food for the day after. And a Sunday we have no money, no food all 2 days. And some people they went out and looking for the food. They ask the people local here, the Samoa people, and some of the family, the Samoa family, they give the food for us. So after Sunday, Monday, we cannot working because we have no food for 2 days, and we have no money, and that's why everyone they don't working at Monday. So at 1 o'clock, I remember that the police they came 3 cars from the police, and we don't understand why the police came, and they just went to the room and asked some people to talk to them. So when the people show up, they put 3 of them to the car and take away, and we don't understand what's going on, and you know, and nobody gives to us the answer. That's why the people was speak up. So the day after, we find out that 3 girls, they was in the prison. And we tell Mr. Lee that please let us bring some food for them because nobody take care of them. So they in the prison 2 days. So after that, the reason that's why I left because we have nobody to help. We need the people to help, and we need to talk to people what's going on. And Mr. Lee is locked up everyone in the compound. We cannot go out. And you know, that means nobody can know what happened. And that's why I left Daewoo.
How did you get out if it was locked?
Oh wow, like the escape.
You escaped, huh?
Like that.
Ms. Zung, how long did you actually work for Daewoo?
Basically, I just worked 20 days in
20
Daewoo.
days. Were you paid after 20 days?
Well, I have money from Mr. Lee after we have lawyer, and he paid for me is 200 and some for 20 days.
So you've been here in American Samoa now over a year, and you've earned only $200?
Yes.
What has stopped you going back to Vietnam?
Well, it's very hard for me now when I get back because I owe a lot of money from people from my family and someone else, and you know, I cannot pay them when I get back now. I have no money, no job, and you know, and something happened with me, and I like you know, it's very hard for me to get back right now.
So what are your plans at the present time?
I just Greece, I can stay here. I can get the other job, you know, like every, you know, whatever I can do. I like to do and earn the money and pay back for people who I owe the money before. And you know, I have my life and well, just wait, you know.
This is Miss Nga. She is also Vietnamese, and she came in the same group, the second group, with Miss Zung. Miss Nga is still an employee of Daewoo Samoa, and I admire her bravery to come in front of this camera in order to give her side of the story. Miss Zung will be translating the questions for me. What are the present conditions like at Daewoo? Are you working now?
Bây giờ thì Nga có làm cho công ty Daewoo không? Yes, I do.
Well, why aren't you at work today?
Tại sao Nga không làm việc? Vì công ty không có nói to lên nha. Vì công ty không có việc làm. She said that the reason they start working today because the company have nothing to do.
When did you stop working?
Nga dừng làm việc từ khi nào? She said that last month, Thursday last month.
I understand that on the original contract, the company was supposed to pay for the food. Was it good food?
Tức là ông ấy biết rằng là công nhân ấy thì phải trả tiền cho cái thức ăn hàng ngày. Thì cái chất lượng của thức ăn là như thế nào? Làm tốt chứ? Bình thường. Có thể nói rõ về chất lượng của thức ăn. Thì có khoai tây xào. Nói chung bây giờ thì nó cũng còn đỡ hơn hồi trước. She said that it's better a little bit with the before. So it's not really the good food because rice and potato and something like so.
I see. Do you have to spend any money to buy your own food, or is there enough food?
Thế Nga có phải bỏ tiền để mua thêm đồ ăn không, hay là cái thức ăn của công ty là đủ? Tôi cũng giờ thỉnh thoảng phải hỏi, thỉnh thoảng vẫn phải đi mua đồ ăn thêm. She said that sometimes she have to buy the food for her home.
Miss Nga, you've been working for Daewoo, but not getting paid for over a month. Do you know when they're going to have the material so you can start production again?
Tức là cái thời gian mà nghỉ ấy thì đã 1 tháng rồi nha. Thế thì Nga có biết chính xác hoặc là có biết rằng là khi nào thì hàng hóa họ sẽ đến và khi nào thì Nga hoặc với công nhân có thể là tiếp tục làm việc không? I have no idea.
Miss Nga, before you signed your contract to come to American Samoa, did you have to pay any money to anybody, and how much?
Ông ấy muốn hỏi rằng là khi mà Nga sang đây làm việc, trước khi mà Nga sang Samoa làm việc ấy, thì trước khi đó Nga có phải trả tiền cho ai không để sang đây không? Và cái số tiền là bao nhiêu? Yes, I have to pay.
And how much did you have to pay?
Bao nhiêu tiền Nga đã phải trả? Đúng là trước kia phải không? Chỉ là 4 triệu rồi, bây giờ là 540.000. Nói to lên. Thì
trước đi là 4.500 nhưng mà sau nên xảy ra cái việc của bây giờ lại là 500 đó, còn 4.000 bây giờ nó lại là 4.000.
She said that total the money, everything she have paid before is $4,500 before she came. So when she came here, something happened. That means it's a not good company and it's a not good contract and something happened like that. And she cannot go to work during the time and everything. And some people give back for a family 500, and that means she have to pay $4,000 for came here to work.
So the company that sent you down actually paid back $500?
No, it's not from the company. It's not from the IMS company. From someone else who give the money before.
I see.
Yeah.
Did you get receipts for all of this money?
Nga có được những cái hóa đơn ấy về cái khoản tiền mà Nga đã đóng không?
Có hóa đơn nhưng mà với về sau người ta lại lấy lại.
Hóa đơn của ai?
Của cái người nó thu của mình ấy.
Hóa đơn lưu viết rằng là tất cả cái số tiền 4.500
không, nó có, nó bảo là thứ này là có mấy, tất cả là có mấy đơn ấy, xong rồi nó chỉ được 3 cái. Thì đấy là cái khoản tiền em bé còn tiền thu thì nó bảo là phải em bé cần rồi.
She said that she gets some receipt, so it's not enough every money she have to pay. It's a receipt give her. It's not said that it's 4,500. Some a little bit.
Where did the money come from to give to the IMS company before you came? Who paid?
Tức là ông ấy muốn hỏi rằng là cái số tiền đó từ đâu mà mình có thể trả cho công ty IMS. Phần lớn. She said that most of money she paid for everything. Most of them they own from people.
So she borrowed the money from her friends in order to make the payment to come?
Yes.
And have you paid any of that money back?
Nga đã trả được tiền lại cho những người đó chưa?
Phải trả lại hết rồi, còn những khoản tiền nhà mình thì có.
She said that she sent the money, whatever she have here, she own whatever she have. She send back to the family to pay for everything. And
it's not finished yet? Or?
Not finished yet.
No. Ms. Nga, would you like to work every day, or have you had enough of the conditions here, and would you prefer to go back to Vietnam?
Ông ấy muốn hỏi rằng là excuse me, can you? Thực ra thì tức là nó không phải là một cái công ty tốt, ở đây nó không phải là một cái chỗ làm tốt. Thế nhưng mà nếu mà có một sự lựa chọn khác thì Nga có muốn trở về trong lúc này không? Muốn trở về Việt Nam trong lúc này không? She said that of course I want to go back if if I pay for everything, I can pay down everything I owned before. I like to go back.
Ms. Zung, welcome back. I've been looking over your contract, and there's some questionable things in the contract that I would like to clear up with you.
Yes.
According to the immigration in American Samoa, $2,000 has to be paid as a deposit, so that if necessary they can send people back to Vietnam. According to the contract, the worker has to pay $150 a month for the first 10 salaried months. That's $1,500, and a lump sum of $500 when they arrive in Samoa. Did you pay any of this money that you know of?
Well, exactly, I just know that I give the money for Mr. Lee, the 1,500, and he give us the receipt.
So you paid $1,500 to your employer for an immigration bond, but did you pay the other $500?
No, I don't pay the 500 more for him because after something happened, and he don't like the contract we signed before we came, and the first contract. So I don't know, and I have no idea how much money he paid for the immigration office or something else. I just know exactly how the money I give him.
All right, thank you. That clears that one up. Ms. Zung, do you think it costs the company any more if you work overtime than if you don't work overtime?
Well, exactly, if I work overtime, I earn more money at the overtime because they say that I have 115% if I work at overtime, and at the weekend and holiday I can get 200% and something like that. That means if I want to work at overtime, I have more money.
Right. But the administration fee, a percentage of your overtime, do you know what percentage of your overtime that is?
No,
No.
I don't know.
It seems to me that if you work overtime, it doesn't cost the company any more in administration fee, so why should you have to pay them more because you work more overtime? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Does it make any sense to you?
Well, you know, we just think that you know, we can earn more money, and this is the reason we you know, we concerned about it.
I noticed that after the employment agency came here from the United States, that there was a change or an attachment to the original contract. Did most people sign that attachment?
Yes, some of us, they sign in this contract, the second one.
And did they understand the contract?
I'm sure that they not understood very well.
Why not?
Because this English contract.
It was an English contract, but they were coerced into signing it anyway?
Yes.
I see. Now, I believe one of the changes was that you no longer, the company was no longer responsible for paying for your food, that they actually decided to charge the employees for their food?
Well, you know, in the first contract and the second one, they said nothing about the food and nothing about we have to pay for the food, you know, if we don't have money enough. So now the worker, they have to pay for the food, although they have nothing to do. They cannot earn the money, and they have to pay for the food, you know.
How do they pay for the food if they're not getting paid?
Well, you know, if they have no money right now, they cannot take the money away from us. So after that, you know, they work after, and they, you know, accept the money from this.
This is what they call a company store procedure in the United States, where everything has to be taken, you know, bought from the company, and the employee is always at the mercy of the company. There's a song called 16 Tons that describes this situation very well. Well, I'm hoping that the viewers of this tape will be able to get enough information to realize just how much oppression is being given to these productive, industrious young people from Vietnam. My heart certainly goes out to them, which is the reason I'm making this video and trying to get as much publicity of their situation as possible. And I'm hoping that many of the viewers will be called into action and help these people to get a fair and just dealing with their employers. I have very deep reservations that their present employers can change their attitude, and although I like these people to be in Samoa and make some extra money for their families back home, unless things can be changed radically, it would be in their best interest to return them home.